On a recent video, I showed you how to do a quick trick that will stop a leak on many of your shutoff valves for your faucets and toilets. If you haven't seen that video and you're encountering this problem, I'll go ahead and link it here. Check this out first, as it's going to be a lot quicker and simpler of a solution than what we're going to do today. However, if that did not do the trick, or if your situation is like my own, where you have gate style shutoff valves and you want to go ahead and put in some better quality ball valve style products, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. This method is going to work on various piping materials. In this case, we have cpvc piping, so we're going to be using SharkBite brand push to connect valves. I'll show you a couple of little tips that I use to make this product go super smooth. The first thing you're going to do is shut water off to the home. I'm going to be turning it off on my smartphone using my Flow by Moen app. If you do not have a smart water shutoff valve, you may need to search for a manual shutoff valve within your home. Once water's turned off, go ahead and open it up and let the system drain down. Once the water flow has come down to a slow drip or even a complete stop, you're ready to go ahead and make your replacements. You are still likely to have water come out as you go about this job, so I like to put in a little bucket underneath. This is a collapsible bucket, really helpful in these type of situations where you don't have a lot of space, but you want to still be able to catch the water. Next, we're going to disconnect the supply line from the valve. In my case, I don't have a whole lot of room on the pipe, so I'm going to be doing a couple of extra steps that you may not need to do if you have more space. If I were to have more pipe spacing, I would simply cut the pipe behind the valve. In this case, because I want to maximize the amount of pipe I still have sticking out the wall, I'm going to go ahead and remove the shutoff valve, and then I'm going to cut right behind the ferrule. Now we'll go ahead and pull off the nut, and I'm going to be replacing the escutcheon as well, so we'll pull that off too. I'm going to be using new escutcheons from HoldRite. These have the same technology that SharkBite uses to clamp on to the piping. So we've got various little grooves in the stainless steel, and as this pushes onto the pipe, it's going to prevent the piping from going able to push back further into the wall. These are ideal for use when you're using a push to connect fitting. It's also my go-to escutcheon even if I'm using a different product, because it does hold the pipe nice and secure to the wall, makes it a little bit nicer, a little bit more robust. Lowe's tends to have these in stock, unless you live near me and you just happen to go to Lowe's right after I came out, in which case there's a good chance I just purchased them all. So I apologize, may have to wait a couple more days. Now we're going to take our depth gauge and deburring tool. Because we're using SharkBite Max fittings instead of traditional original style SharkBite products, we'll be using the longer side on the depth gauge. So we're going to insert this over the pipe and rotate it back and forth. This is going to deburr the outside of the piping. We'll then take our marker and make a note on how far in the fitting is going to go. It's also good practice to take a reaming pin and remount the inside of the pipe as well. Now we'll take our new SharkBite fitting, push it right onto the pipe, making sure that we are positioned all the way up to our depth mark. I'm going to go ahead and turn the valve in the off position. And we're going to do the same thing for the hot side valve as well. I always recommend that if you're removing a supply line, you install a new one in its place. Don't just disconnect and reinstall. The gaskets don't tend to seal too well, and you can end up having premature failure. A good quality stainless steel braided supply line does not cost that much, and if you're doing this job yourself and saving the labor fees, it's well worth going ahead and picking a couple new ones up. We can now go ahead and turn water back on to the home. We'll turn our new shutoff valves back on. Run a little bit of water. And make sure we have no leaks. And with that, you're set. I'll have links to everything you'll need for this job in the video description, so feel free to check them out. Some of them may be affiliate links, which means that if you make a purchase with them, I'll make a small commission and no additional charge to you. You choose to do so, thank you for your support. If not, thanks for watching the video anyway. I appreciate you. You guys have a great day.
Your life, just like you're young again. No, don't you cry.